Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. We are live. We are here. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. I do have a bunch of oracle decks, and I have some tarot decks. We're going to get into the reading in a moment, but first I'm going to give some people a chance to come in if they're interested in having some fun tonight, doing a reading. I have had a really good day, and it was so nice. Honestly, it's summer. I live in the middle of California, so as you might imagine, it gets very hot in California during summer. Today could have been the first day of autumn. I don't think it's actually the first day of autumn, but it was so nice not to boil the minute I stepped out of my front door. Oh my God, it was lovely. So I decided on the fly that I was going to go up to my favorite coffee shop and do some work. And actually, I managed to get almost all of the rest of my work done for the blog for the year. There's still a couple of things that I have to finalize for everything. And I do have a couple of months of content that I still have to put together. But I am very close to being done with the rest of the year for the blog. I am so excited by that fact. However, tomorrow is my day off, and I am not intending to work on anything until Monday. So there is that. Kind of started off the whole thing rambling, but that's fine. That's typically what I do. Just a few housekeeping things. A few housekeeping things. Number one, if you are interested in seeing this live in playback, it will be saved on my channel. So if you're seeing this after the fact, hi, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Secondly, for those of you who want to be in the chat, I do see your comments, and for those of you that want to keep it very chill and very kind, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for allowing your feedback to come through in that way. For those of you who don't necessarily have my best intentions, I think maybe this live stream might not be for you. Again, that goes for the comments. If you are, if you're watching this in playback, just please keep this space civil. Please try and keep an open mind. You don't have to agree with my lifestyle or the way I present myself. YouTube's a big place. The internet's a big place, frankly. And I'm sure there's a little comfy, cozy part of that for you if you go looking for it. So there's that. I think, I'm not done yet with the housekeeping stuff because I have included links to my social media and a list of the decks I'm using for this live. All of that is in the description and in the chat. At the very top, right up here, there is a link to my tip jar. If you feel compelled to give anything from this reading tonight, that's lovely. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please understand that that is an option and not an obligation. So if you're just, if you're gaining value from just listening to me talk about a bunch of pretty illustrated cards, that's cool too. I appreciate you being here. And of course, your consideration is so, so very welcome. So, that is about it. It's about it for the housekeeping stuff. I do have a question. This is a bit of a curiosity in mind because I just got asked a couple of hours ago whether or not I use ChatGPT to create layouts and spell kind of casting things. First of all, I'm not a heavy spell caster, and by that I mean like I'm not like I'll do the basics, but I won't be. I don't have a spell for every situation kind of thing, right? And as far, at least from my thought, as far as using like AI generative tools to create spells or what, you know, in my case, card layouts, I don't know. I don't know. That kind of, I get kind of icky feeling, right? Like it isn't. I'm sure I would have to try it. And actually, to be fair, I did try it a minute ago just to see what could happen with it. And my thought on it is maybe don't necessarily follow it to the letter and do your own research about what's coming up from you looking at Chat GPT or something like that. I've explored Chat GPT in the past, so that's why I'm mentioning it. I don't know. It feels weird. It really does feel weird to do something like that because I feel like it pulls the intention away from why you're wanting to do the spell in the first place, I think. But also it doesn't allow you to really research. And you probably should because it's Chat GPT and it's probably not the most accurate, right? I'm interested to hear what you might have to say on the matter. So if you want to sound off in chat, or if you want to sound off in the comments, I'd be happy to hear some feedback. Just feedback on the idea would be lovely. Okay. So, and another thing I have thoughts on is that I've kind of thought about a hyperfixation. Well, it's now a hyperfixation, but the last couple of days have had me wanting to experiment with making longer videos than I do. And if you've seen my videos, they're usually between 30 and 45 minutes long, although some have gone well over that. But what I mean is that for next year, I kind of want to try doing more readings tailored to like the zodiacs. So on some of the lives, I have done, I've done readings for each of the 4 elements of the zodiac. So earth, water, wind, and fire. Air and fire, and then whatever signs fall under those 4 elements, and that's usually done in my case for expediency, because I don't want to keep you here for that long. However, I do want to give more individualized readings for each sign, and I think this is more about filming and editing the video, because it takes me about an hour to edit the videos now, and I do have the ability to edit, which is fantastic for me. I love using the program that I have. But yeah, I'm interested in experimenting with formats and reading and just doing something a little bit different from what you're used to seeing me. So what I'd like to do tonight is kind of test out what I'm thinking of doing, and then kind of seeing what you guys think, if there's a way that I could improve, or if just do something differently. So there's that. I think that's about it. Also, just a few housekeeping things again. I did want to mention I do have a Patreon as well. The reason why I mentioned the Patreon is because some of my tier memberships actually have the ability to, like, some of the information. So for the tiers, you do get extra blogs and extra information per month. So if depending on the level you subscribe in, is going to have more or less information. So like the lower level is the more simple readings, the higher level is where I tend to put a lot of information in one reading. And one of the readings at the higher level is a zodiac reading. So this is where I've done like the element readings kind of thing. And that's I'd like to bring something similar into my tarot readings for next year. And again, that's kind of why I would like to be live right now, so that we can kind of test and get some feedback. And I would be more than happy. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to keep that going. Okay. So now that I've rambled for a few minutes, actually going on 11 minutes now. Really? Yeah. Okay. It's coming up on 11 minutes right now. We're gonna get into the reading. I do want to see some main energy, and just for kicks and giggles, we're going to, when we get to the tarot, we're gonna pull the main tarot energy, do some hidden energy, and then clarify everything from there. So we're gonna start oracles, go into the tarot, and then we'll have a play about with the idea that I had for my new readings. So also, you know what? If you're interested in asking questions, the chat is ready and available for you. Comments are too, if you're watching it in playback. More importantly than everything that I just said is hydrate. Please hydrate. Okay? We might be here for a couple hours, and I just hydrate. Please hydrate. Get a comfy beverage and a snack, and tuck in. And I hope this reading is resonant and helpful for you. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with our oracle reading, and then we'll go from there. Okay. 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 All right. Right. Alrighty, one more. Woo. Okay. Okay. So, to start our oracle reading, we have the Scholar. Ooh, okay. We have the Scholar. All right. There's the Scholar. Okay. We have the White Buffalo Calf Woman, which says, "My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance." Okay. Okay. Right. We have transformation. Okay. There's our transformation card. Ooh. Okay. All right. And finally, for our oracle, We have sensitivity, which says you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Okay. So, this is an interesting kind of issue to contend with. Okay, because you are going through a lot of change right now. Okay, I'm getting here very obviously because of this transformation. Okay, things are changing and they are not looking the same. Okay, they're not going to look the same after this whole, excuse me, they're not going to look the same after this whole thing finishes. It's not going to be, well, it might not be the most comfortable thing you've ever done. Okay, it's not comfortable, and you're probably feeling the stress and the strain of being pulled out of your comfort zone, right? This is kind of uncomfortable. This is genuinely uncomfortable. But what you're being told here, at least how I'm going to interpret this, you're being told that not only do you already know which way to go, all right, and that is keep your eye on your true north, your highest good, your highest and best good, right? Again, keeping your eye on, keeping your compass fixed on your goals and your true north. You already know where to go, okay? But more importantly than that, okay, you're abundant without the things you used to have, okay? And by that, I mean you may have lost a few things along the way. You might not be the most comfortable right now because you're getting used to not having what you used to have. Those things, it's likely that those things were meant to fall away in the first place, and you were never meant to hold on to those things, okay? Another way that you might recognize as being your measure of abundance is your ability to gain and process new knowledge, okay? I'm also hearing wisdom is being brought into your space as well. So you might have to retreat. You might have to go into your hermit mode. And I'm saying that as someone who does a lot of private reading for myself. I read my own tarot. And I have been noticing that not only have I gotten a lot of cards out of the Suit of Pentacles, which is a big deal for me, but also I have gotten a lot of the Hermit and the High Priestess. Okay, I can't guarantee that we're going to get those cards coming out for this reading, but I think the message of those two cards together still applies, because you may have to go inwards. You may have to find your own inner abundance without being beholden to having the need to have more physical items. Okay. Ironic, coming from someone who does genuinely like having little tchotchkes and fidgets. I don't know if you probably didn't, but I was fidgeting with these before we actually started getting into the cards. So, and in fact, one of the projects that I've been working on for the last couple of years is redoing my room and such. And it has been such a nightmare. It's been a nightmare, but me being me has had to deal with a lot of pretty significant trauma, and that trauma compounded itself. So that's another story. I'm not getting into that. What I mean for the cards and what you might likely be resonating with is that you may have to go you may have to go hermit mode in order to process what's changing around. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So take heart and be courageous for yourself at this time. Okay. So, in your tarot, what I'm going to do, we're going to pull 3 cards from the middle. I'm going to pull the card off the bottom and the card off the top. And we are going to see a complete picture through our tarot. Okay. And hopefully all of this, the oracles and the tarot together, are going to give us a complete picture of what we need. Okay. So, actually, yeah. Okay. So for the main part of our tarot, we are looking at the 9 of Cups. Okay, here's the 9 of Cups. Okay. The 9 of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups. That is such a beautiful card. Oh, I love that. I don't know if you can see that, but that smile, their smiles, that's adorable. Oh, I love that card. 6 of Cups. Actually, I really do like that card for reasons of interpretation. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay. But we also have the moon. Okay. So we have the moon. All right. So this first portion of our reading is calling us to come back to our sense of well-being and nostalgia. Okay, nostalgia because we're looking at a very happy, a very happy time in your life. I do believe some of you might not resonate with this, and potentially you may have had some difficulties in your childhood. So again, take what resonates, leave behind what you don't. But actually, I'm going to interpret this in 2 ways. Give me a minute here. For some of you, you are looking to return to a place where you felt at peace, at your ease. Okay, the 6 of Cups is a way, and by my interpretation, this is a way of reconnecting with the things that brought you joy, especially when you were younger. Okay, so this is part of this time. Yeah, part of this time is you reconnecting with those things. Okay, remember that you're being asked to possibly go hermit mode, and what you might be rediscovering is your sense of peace and your well-being. Okay, because these changes are putting you, like, you feel like you're on the back foot. You're not really sure what's going on. It's like nothing feels comfortable. Nothing feels the same. Nothing is absolute. Yeah, nothing's absolute. Okay, and it's just weird. What the am I doing? What am I doing? I don't know. On the flip side of that, and here's part 2 of how I'm interpreting. Nope. Let's try that. My camera is flipped, so if I have trouble moving the cards around, it's through nobody's fault but my own. Okay. So part 2 of interpreting these 6 of Cups, and that's 9 of Cups, is that again, these changes really could put you in the mire, and I think that is that's kind of what you're dealing with right now, is that you're kind of already there and you feel stuck. Okay, again, go hermit mode. Okay, you might have to go hermit mode. All right, so there's that. Again, please Please take what resonates and leave behind the rest for someone who might resonate a little bit better with that. Okay. What else do we need to see, please? What else do we need to see? Okay. Here's another one I keep getting. We're getting the Hierophant. There's the Hierophant. Hierophant. Okay, there it is. We are getting, hey, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Getting the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, that's a beautiful card. I love how bright and sunny it is. Queen of Pentacles. There she is. Okay. And bestie, we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, Ten of Cups. Okay. So Ten of Cups. So there's a sense of what I'm being immediately drawn to is your ability to be practical and grounded when you're addressing when addressing life issues. Okay, and what you're hoping either to connect with or are actually connected with right now is your ability to be at peace and within the realm of hope while all of these changes are going on. Okay, and the reason that I believe this is happening for you is because you have the Hierophant. Okay, you have this Hierophant card because you know exactly what's right for you. Okay, you're not wishy-washy on it. You're very, very sure. Okay, you're very sure of the rules that you want to abide by. You're very sure of where your compass is pointing. Okay, and that's borne out by this white buffalo card here. Okay, and remember what I said about keeping your compass pointed to true north. That you know what that thing is, and if you were ever questioning it, stop. Right? You already have it on your heart to do what you need to do. You already know what you need to do. This is probably another time where getting deep, getting quiet, going into your own personal space is going to help you really finely tune that moral compass. All right. And that doesn't mean you're unwilling to, that doesn't mean you're not willing to compromise. That doesn't mean that you're not willing to be open-minded as your journey moves forward. It just means that you have a set of rules that you know you can abide by. Okay, and that is what is going to keep your arrow pointed to where you want to go. Okay, it's going to help you keep your arrow pointed to where you want to go, even if you have to pivot, if you have to make changes to the way you get to your goal. It's still your goal, and you're clear about what you want to do. Okay, excuse me. Okay. So let's see what we need to see. What else do we need to see, please? What else do we need to see? Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the Page of Swords. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. Right? Excuse me. We have the Page of Swords. All right. We have the Two of Swords. Okay. We have the Two of Swords. All right. And we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. We have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So right off the bat, at least with this portion of the reading, there's something within this change that has kind of got you in your head a little bit. Okay, and it's gotten you in your head a little bit because you've had some decisions that needed to be made. Okay, and this is actually, you've had some choices to be made, but you've kind of hesitated a little bit in actually making them because you've been missing pieces of information. Okay, and this is the primo example of why going hermit mode might be helpful to you. Okay, because you've kind of let yourself move. I mean, you made forward progress, you've done a lot of work, but it's probably best to let yourself slow down a little bit. Okay. The other thing I'm seeing is that some of you might be prone to racing thoughts, or just being just maybe having some sensory overload or physical overload because you're too much in your head over whatever this issue is, and the trigger for it is that things are changing a lot, right? So the choices that you have are very much overwhelming, and you're hesitating making them because you don't know what to do, right? Here's the thing, okay? You're smart, you're observant, you're intuitive, you have very, very acute powers of knowledge in you, okay? You picked up a lot, you picked up on a lot, and now it's time to figure out how to channel those things in a way that keeps your arrow pointed on what you want to achieve. Okay. Yeah, you already have the brain power. Now it's time to think it through. Now it's time to do the reflecting. Now it's time to get into your shadows and do that work. Okay. And as scary and weird as that's going to feel, it might be time. It might be time. Okay. Now, in having said that, I do want to say, and like I said, getting into your depth is going to feel weird and uncomfortable, and you might see things that you don't want to see. No, thank you. I'm done. If you're going to do it, it might be difficult. It might be challenging. And with this Nine of Wands, there's a fire to be fueled, but you got to bring it. I don't say bring it down, because that to me implies like, okay, you got to tamp yourself down. You got to be less than what you are. And that's not what I'm saying, because you deserve to express yourself fully and completely. Okay. You will need to put fuel on the fire. The trick is deciding how much. Okay, how much do you put on the fire? How often do you turn the coals so that they burn evenly? How much lighter fluid are you spraying on it? Right? What I mean by all of that is how much, how willing are you to look at the intensity of what you're feeling? What you're feeling, what your thoughts are triggering up for you in terms of your emotions. Okay. And this is going to require work, like I said, but you have the ability to stand up, and you shouldn't necessarily feel like you're having to endure it, but there will be challenges that you already know how to face. Okay, so stay with it. Your fire's not out yet. Okay, so remember that your fire is not out yet. All right. So, what else? Okay. I think we just got a repeat card, guys. Okay. What else do we need to see, please? What else do we need to see? One more card. Okay. Okay. All right. So, I think. Nope, we don't have it. Okay, no, we don't. Just kidding. But we do have more wands energy coming out here. In that, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. Okay. All right. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. All right. And we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. So, basically the wands are taking this portion of your reading. And lately my ear has been, specifically my right ear, but my left ear as well has been giving me some grief, and I don't know if I have an earache, so if you see me rubbing my ear a little bit, that's what's going on. But on the other slightly more mystical side of it, I'm hearing pay attention. Yeah, pay attention, okay? Very apropos for this portion of the reading, because we have so many cards out of the wands, which means to me that there is a lot of inner fire. There's a lot of intensity, a lot of passion, a lot of ambition and drive, okay? And I find it kind of synchronous that I said, don't put that out. Don't let that fire die. Just figure out how to fuel it safely. Okay. Figure out how to fuel it safely, because you have, wrong card again, struggling. You have this Ace of Wands here. There's a new project coming in that's going to give you a lot of inspiration and passion and fire. Okay, like that's the only thing you want to work on, this project. Screw everything else. Who needs to eat? You need to eat. Please go eat if you haven't. Screw drinking water, screw sleep. Seriously, guys, please don't do that to yourself. Depriving yourself of basic necessities is bad. I know that not everybody. Okay, I'm digging myself a hole, but listen, please take care of yourself is what I'm trying to get to, okay? With respects to the Ace of Wands, okay, you have something new coming into your space that's going to fire you right the hell up, okay? This is perfect. This is important, okay? But like I said, you need to figure out how to fuel your fire in a way that doesn't burn you out, that doesn't drain you, that doesn't make you feel dim. Okay? This isn't supposed to make you feel dim. This is supposed to have you lighting up again. Okay? Because maybe before there was a situation that did cool your fire a little bit. And it's like, what a buzzkill. Frankly, what a goddamn buzzkill, right? Okay. All right. So that was the main energy. Yeah, that was the main energy. Let's look at the hidden energy here. These cards were pulled off the bottom of each of my decks, and these are going to represent what's underneath, what could possibly be triggering all of this fire. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Again, just FYI, the chat is open, so if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Okay? All right. Comments, and concerns. Let's see what we need to see for our hidden energy. Buddy, bestie, pal, you have the Knight of Wands. Okay? So like I said, we're confirming that there's a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of ambition. Okay. Knight of Wands, Two of Wands. Okay. Have our Two of Wands. Okay. There's our Two of Wands. Okay. We have the Hierophant. Here's a repeater. We have the Hierophant. Okay. And we also have the Knight of Swords coming out in repeat. So here's another card here. Basically, there's a lot of drive, a lot of passion, a lot of ambition. Okay. And this is to do specifically with you allowing yourself to explore. Okay. Allowing yourself to explore, but remember that we have the Hermit energy coming through here. Again, we didn't specifically get it, but we might because we still have the clarifying energy to go here. There's this specific need in you to explore your own passions and your own inner drives and fire. And the doors are open to you. Frankly, the doors are open, the gate's wide, it's swinging in the breeze. It's not latching correctly, so of course it's going to stay open even if it slams shut, right? The question of whether you leave your comfort zone and move forward, that one's up to you. Okay? That one is very much up to you. And you already know, not necessarily how you're going to choose, but you already know what's on your heart and where you need to go. Okay? And maybe not where you need to go, but you already know the fact that this decision that you need to make, yes, it's going to change things. It's going to change a lot of things. It's going to make you feel weird and uncomfortable. But you know, because of your own moral compass, give me a sec. You know, because of your own moral compass and your own desires, you know that you're already going to do what you need to do to keep yourself aligned on the straight and narrow for you. Okay, because you know the rules that you operate by, you already know, and you know that you're going to act in a way that's right for you. Okay, and these are our two Hierophant repeating cards here. Okay, so that was our hidden energy. Okay, was our hidden energy. Our clarifying energy looks like Okay. Looks like we are getting strength. Okay. We have strength. Okay. We have strength. We have judgment. Okay. There's judgment. Okay. We have judgment. Okay, we also have the Ace of Wands. Here's another repeat card. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. Ace of Wands. And we have the Four of Swords. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask you this, bestie. How comfortable are you resting on your laurels right now? Okay, that's a weird question. That's a weird question that, okay, it's not necessarily how comfortable are you resting on your laurels. It's the fact that you do need to have a little bit of self-control right now, okay, because you have all this fire, right? You also have the Queen of Pentacles, and you do have the two Hierophant cards coming out as repeaters here. So I think in this case, this talks about, with respect to the whole situation, this does talk about exercising a little bit of control, okay? Taking the time to really get into a period of reflection, okay? Again, because, we have the sense that the Hermit energy might be needed here, okay? And you do have, the fact of the matter is that you do have a lot of opportunity for forward movement. And I'm getting here because we have this Judgment card, okay? It's not over for you because you've been in the dark before. You've come out now, you're probably going to have to go back in and give yourself a rest and give yourself a chance to reflect. But the call to continue towards your goal hasn't gone out of your ear yet. Okay, it's never gone. It's not going to go away either, because it's this constant cycle of life, death, resting, and rebirth. Okay, and you're in a period where you're coming out of rest into rebirth. And there's that weird liminal space between the two where you have to really figure out where you want to go, right? Okay, and again, you have opportunities to figure out what inspires you, figure out how those things are going to work in your life, okay? And also this might be that you exercise a bit of strength and a bit of kindness and a bit of understanding for yourself and the situation that you're in right now. Okay, you're not going to be perfect. Okay, you're not going to be perfect because you're human. Okay, you're not going to get everything pin correct. Like, you're not going to put a pin in the corkboard and have it be in the right spot. You might need to pivot. You might need to change things down the line. But your heart already knows how to navigate these changes. Okay, your heart already knows how to navigate these changes, and it's important for you to understand that you're not alone. Okay? Plenty of people have done this before you. Plenty of people will do this after you. It's your chance to get into your depth, find your wisdom, find your unique ways of doing things, and be present with the person that you are as you're going through these changes. Okay? So, believe it or not, that was just the main energy. Okay, and that's kind of the flavor of how I do my standard reading. So if you're watching on my channel, that's the kind of video you're going to see. There's some, there's usually, if I feel like doing it, there's either a bonus reading, or lately there haven't been any bonus readings, but there have been hidden clarifying and how to use readings in there. So what's hidden, what do we need to see, and yeah, you get it. So that first part was typically how I do my readings. I would like to treat that as kind of the baseline for where I want to take the individual zodiac reading. So if you know your sign, I'm going to read for you according to the main energy of the reading. Excuse me. Okay. Sidebar. Please hydrate. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So okay. So I'm going to read each of your signs with respect to the main energy that we've just gotten, and we'll see what we need to see. Okay. Now I'm going to go right down the list. So we're going to start with Aries. If you are an Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, wherever you may have an Aries placement, this reading is for you. Of course, cross-watching is definitely welcome. So if you are from another sign, or you don't really care about this and just want to see the whole thing, hopefully there's something in here for you as well. Okay. Also, I'm going to pull an oracle and a tarot card for you, so that way we can get as thorough and deep as we can. Okay. Okay, so Aries, we are going to start with the Dreamer. Okay, I'm sorry, the glare is heinous on these cards. It is for this exact reason that I do not like glossy cards. I like glossy cards, just not for filming. In any case, you have the Dreamer. Okay, you have the Dreamer. Alrighty. Dreamer. And you have Temperance. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here is that you have some big goals. You have some big ambitions. And all of they're noble, they're worthy. You have every ounce of strength you need to go and make these dreams come true. Okay. What you need to realize and what you need to understand here is that you need to balance your energy between the reality of your situation and the desire to achieve this goal. Okay. Like I said, your goals are worth achieving. Your dreams are worth making tangible. Okay. But it will require you assessing what you need to know. Assessing what you need to know about the situation before you just dive right in and before you dive right in. If it's a matter of finances, what can you do within your budget? If it's a matter of being in the right place at the right time, yeah, that's more to chance. But I do think you have, enough foresight in your space to say, you know what, I'm going to try for this anyway. I just need to figure out a balanced approach of how to go about it. Okay. Okay. Aries, that one was for you. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the next line on the list, which is Taurus. Hello, besties. Hi, Taurus besties. This one is for you. Again, cross-watching. Any placement that you have a Taurus sign in will be for you. Okay? Okay. Okay. So Taurus, anywhere you are in the natal chart here, Taurus, you have the maiden journey. Okay. You have the maiden journey. And you have the Seven of Cups. Okay. So I'm sensing that for some of us, we are having some internal conflict. Okay. Because we're being presented with a lot of options. And these are things, these options have a physical, tangible object attached with them. So, you could stand to gain this much money if you took this job, or you could do A, B, and C for an exchange of this, that, and the other. I don't know. There's a lot of things that you have on your plate right now. They're shiny, they're pretty, they're beautiful, they are new. Okay, and all of them look so unbelievably good, but what do you pick, right? What do you pick? Well, we're on a journey to find that out, aren't we? Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Right? This maiden journey card, I don't like interpreting oracle cards necessarily by the book. So my instinct is telling me that throughout the course of your journey, you've picked up, there's the sense of, I'm going to say newness to this part of your journey. Okay. And this could be where your internal conflict is coming in, because, you've had to make changes. Here's the thing about us Tauruses, besties. We suck at making changes, right? We are so grounded and rooted. And you know what? I don't like it. I don't like making changes. We want to change the light bulb in the lamp overhead. No, that light bulb, I got used to that light bulb. I liked that light bulb. Stupid example. Okay, stupid example. But the point of me mentioning that is that if something changes, we get thrown off, right? This thing over here, all of these options are really throwing you off, okay? It's the chance, you have the chance right now to, like the main energy suggests, the chance is present for you to get into your depth. And you know what? Given that you're so stuck in on certain thoughts, that's the time where you let yourself not be so stubborn. Calling myself out here. I'm a stubborn mule, even though we're talking about a bowl. Anyway, this is your chance to get into your shadows, assess your true north, and figure out what holds the arrow at true north for you. Okay? Okay. Anyway, let's move on to Gemini. Okay, let's move on to Gemini here. What do we need to see for, what do we need to see for Gemini? Okay. All right, Gemini, we're starting with Disciple of Ritual. Okay, we have Disciple of Ritual. Alrighty. Okay. And we're looking at the Eight of Cups for your tarot. Okay. So you've had a bit of a knockdown. And you've had a bit of a knockdown that has caused you some pain, right? It's put you in a place, I believe Gemini is an air sign. Is it? I think it's an air sign. Fire, earth, air. Yeah, I think so, because Cancer's water. In any case, you've had a bit of a hit to your ego, to your mental state. It's put you in a bad state, frankly. Okay, and you're having. One of the things that I think has been coming up for you as an issue is that you're having a lot of mixed emotions about the situation that got you here. Is it fun? No. Is it easy? No. You're kind of stuck within the thought possibly of lack of imposter syndrome, especially if some of you, I feel like, are starting a new job and it's either not what you were expected or you're being you get the sense that you're not necessarily welcome there because you're new, kind of thing. I don't know, that might resonate for some of you, so let me know if it resonates. You know what this is. All of that to say, you're in your thoughts and you're feeling a lot, okay? You're feeling a lot, so much that I think you're being advised to do some self-care. Really seriously do some self-care, because you've been so hurt and you've been so just not okay, right? This Disciple of Ritual says, it's if you're reading the book, if you're reading the book, and if I remember what I read correctly, it's when you engage in your quiet time and your privateness, you're engaging in a larger conversation with yourself, right? And that's what you need to give yourself time to do, okay? Because you're being called away from the things that have done you harm, okay? We could get dark and very serious, but I'm going to hold off doing that. The point of this is that you need to give yourself a chance to be quiet with yourself so you can figure out where you're moving towards and when you move on. Okay? Frankly, there are bigger and better things out there. Okay? And instead of being stuck in your grief isn't going to be helpful or particularly useful. Okay? It's not going to do you any good. Okay? Okay. So, come on now. Switching around the decks, I have quite a number of decks that I picked specifically for this reading, and I hope you're having fun with it. I certainly am. But we're going to move on in a moment. Okay, I'm going to move on in a moment here. Ooh. Okay. So, no, come on now. Okay. I might have got myself screwed up here. So I have a little notepad that I'm keeping the list of the signs on right now. And I kind of misaligned it. No, it looks good now. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Cancer signs, Cancer placements, any cross watchers. This is for you. I hope that this is helpful and resonant for you. Okay, let's see what we need to see for Cancer. Okay, Cancer. We are going to look at Lalita, the red goddess. She represents playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Okay. There's Lalita. Okay. And you also have the Five of Wands. And immediately I'm hearing, stop taking everything so seriously. I mean, there are certain situations where you're going to have to take things seriously and be present and not be so much of a goofball. But it's also okay to be a goofball at sometimes, you're going to have to figure out which is which. The reason I'm saying lighten up, is because you have put yourself in a state of feeling conflicted about something. And it's so easy. It's so easy for you to stay with that internal conflict because, you're trying to figure things out. You're human. You don't have all the answers. We're trying to figure out what those answers are, but they're just not coming to you they're not coming to you right away. And it's weird. It's weird because it's putting you in kind of a liminal space. So you don't really know what's going on. You don't really have all the answers. Where you go next? I don't know. I don't know what to do with this now that you've asked. Holy crap. Oh my God. Okay. I hear you. It's okay to let the conflict go for now and have a little bit of fun. Okay? If it's a matter of figuring out where you're going to go next, at least for now, take some time and praise yourself for being where you are right now. Again, at least for now, you're meant to be right here at this time, okay? Because you're meant to bring a bit of fun into. You're meant to bring a bit of fun, a bit of energy, a bit of happiness into this space right now, okay? Okay. So let's move on to Leo. Let's see what we need to see for you, Leo. Ooh, Leos, besties. You're starting with Diana, which is the Queen of the Wilderness. I love this for you because Leo, you are lions. Definitely love this. Okay. Like I said, you have Diana, which is the Queen of the Wilderness, and she represents the language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Okay. Diana. Yeah, you definitely have some hunter-huntress mentality. Okay. Saying it like that because you know what it is you want. Okay, and you were willing to be bold and go after it, right? Okay. There's Diana, but you also have the Page of Pentacles, which is, you're in a learning curve right now. You have a lot of, you have a lot of things to be generous with. Okay, I'm getting a lot of sun energy. And for those of you who know anything about astrology and the zodiacs a little bit better, please confirm or deny this for me, but Leo does have a lot of, it's a fire sign, right? I think it's a fire sign. So to me, Leo is like the fire sign of fire signs. So they have a lot of bold fire passion right there. Like, I'm going, right? That's well and good. There's something here that says, okay, hold on. We know you want to go, okay? And we know you want to be generous with your energy. That's perfect. But please don't burn yourself out. Please don't burn yourself out. I feel like that's coming through here. Because you have this desire to go for what you want and not stop until you get it. Fine, that's absolutely fine. But I feel like saying there has to be at least a little bit of rooted practicality in how you go about it. Okay, because I fear that the risk might be that you kind of jump ship a little too soon, right? And that's not what you want to do. Interesting that I'm talking about a fire sign and I'm using water imagery here. And I hope that made sense for you, Leo. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Let's move on to Virgo. Virgo, and this one is for you, my friends, fellow Earth sign. Hello. Okay. So, Virgo, we are going to look at Teresa of Avila, which represents, okay, let me try that again. We have Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. And it says, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Okay. So there is Teresa of Avila. Okay. There's Teresa of Avila. Ooh, and we have the World. Virgo. Okay. So again, going back to our main energies here, yeah, things are changing. Things are definitely changing for you too. Okay. And the energy, so the thing with Virgos, okay, and I can say this because I'm related to a Virgo, and I think I have a Virgo placement in my chart somewhere. We're about as stubborn. You're about as stubborn as a Taurus. Okay. Again, I can say that because I'm personally related to a Virgo. Okay. I say you're as stubborn as Tauruses are because both of us are Earth signs. Okay. And we like our comforts. We like our rootedness. We like things to be stable, okay? Again, because we're growing, we're putting roots in the soil. There's a lot of that practical need for stability. Okay, stability. Enunciate, Meg. For you, okay, you take comfort in facts and what you can see and what is tangible in your space. Okay. The thing that happens with you, though, is that you are so rooted in your facts, and when something kind of puts it into a hitch, then it's like, okay, that doesn't make sense. I don't know what to do with this. Let's, and in the case of my personal relationship as a Virgo, they'll look for the next step in figuring out the answer. Case in point, this person in my life was a research scientist. So, of course, maybe you're highly curious. Maybe you have a lot of questions that you're seeking answers towards, and you have a certain set of criteria and you're collecting data based on that. Well, that collection phase is probably coming to an end, okay? And it's time to stop seeking answers outside of yourself, okay? Because remember that we're looking at this beautiful card here, all right? It's probably time to go inward, okay? Because it's suggested from the main energy that you do so, okay? You know what that's going to be like for you. It's again, it's weird, it's challenging, but there is the necessity of you coming in, because you need to trust yourself to give yourself the answers, because you already have them and they are there to be found, okay? So yeah, that was for you, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. Okay, we're going to move on. I'm going to switch around the decks a little bit here, and hopefully these readings are helpful to you. Okay, and I bet some of you can guess what time it is. Cheers. Okay. Okay. Whoops. It did not close. Okay. I think that got closed properly. Any questions, comments, concerns? You know where to leave them. I think I'm pointing in the right direction. Who cares anymore? I get it wrong every time. Stupid thing to rant about. Anyway. Okay. So, let's see. We're gonna get into Libra for our Libras now. Like I said, you already know, cross-watching any placements that you have for Libra if you are a Libra. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. Libra, let's see what we need to see for you, please. Okay. So Libra, okay, we are looking at ask and receive. Okay, or ask and receive. And also, you have the Hermit. I knew this card was gonna come out. I didn't necessarily think it was gonna be here, but it's fine because I talked probably ad nauseum in the main energy about this Hermit, the sense of this Hermit energy coming through. How this affects you in specific, Libra, is that you have some, I'm going to call them prayer, but I want to keep this neutral here, in that you have certain desires, certain things that you are working to manifest in this tangible reality right now. Okay, and it is important, especially right now, it is important for you to go quiet. Okay, go quiet. I'm getting here with this Hermit card here because this is exactly the message that needs to be given. What I mean here is that the Hermit, at least the way I interpret the Hermit card, is that you have a necessity for pulling back a little bit from society. Basically what I'm trying to say is give yourself a break as long as you can manage to do so. I'm saying it like that again because you have responsibilities, work, kid, all that. You know what's right for you. You know what's up. If you can do this, right? If you have a chance to give yourself a long enough break, okay. The things you're making, the things you're trying to manifest in your space are going to happen for you, right? They might not happen in the way you plan them for. It's probably best to temper expectations right now because you could ask for things a certain way and they might not come out the way you thought. Had that happen. Who hasn't had that happen, frankly? But taking some time out to figure out what it is you want and how to make that manifest in this tangible reality is going to require you to step away and figure out what path you want to follow. Okay? Okay? Alrighty. Ooh. Oh boy. Alright. Scorpio, this reading is for you. Okay? So Scorpio, we have do the work. Okay? So we have do the work. And we have Four of Pentacles. Okay. So Four of Pentacles, the way I interpret Four of Pentacles here is that there's some stuff that you really need to let go of. Oftentimes you'll see it depicted as someone holding very tightly to a set of coins, or they're basically the character of the card is very like they're holding on, their white knuckle fisting something, right? And it's time to let go. It's time to let go. There are certain things that you don't need anymore that could be dropped off. Okay. And for you, again, because we're experiencing a change here, not comfy. Not comfy. Ew, I don't like that. Not comfy either. Instead of, because Scorpio, I say this, I'm a Scorpio rising, so I kind of have an idea of how Scorpios generally tend to be as people, in that, we keep a lot of things close to our chest. So the fact that you're being called to let go and do the work to let go is kind of happening internally. It's not necessarily being presented to people. Okay. This is weird. This is hard. This is uncomfortable. Okay. And again, all change doesn't sit right with everybody. Okay. But in this case, trying to let go of what kept you comfortable, I feel like that's your challenge right now. Okay, because you were comfortable holding on to things you didn't need. Okay, and now that you're being called to let that go, it's like, oh no, what do I do? maybe take a page out of someone's book. I forgot which one. Go back in the playbook to where I said it, but playback. Anyway, maybe it's time to go quiet for a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay. Next up is Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. We're gonna look. Okay. We're gonna look at a card that says "Take a step back." Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a step back. Okay. And you have the star. So Sagittarius, I feel like there's kind of there's been this energy of you're not off on the wrong foot. You just maybe took a path that you didn't necessarily want to take, right? You got yourself down the wrong road somewhere. You might have taken a wrong turn and now you're on an adventure you might not have asked for. Okay. Slightly uncomfortable, slightly weird, not sure where to go, what to do, how to do it. Okay. You're being asked to take a step back so that you can find your way of navigating through the dark again. Okay. You're all action. And I do know, again, personal relation. I do have Sagittarius and a bunch of fire signs in my family, which makes for some interesting dynamics. But this particular person is all fire. There is not a water sign in his chart, but there are some earth signs. So it's a lot with this person. But how is that relevant to your reading, Sagittarius? What I'm trying to say here is if you're feeling heightened, if you're feeling like you're running hot, okay, that's okay, right? Your emotions are real and they are valid, and you're feeling what you're feeling because you're being asked to not only pay attention to it, but that there's information you need to right yourself again. Okay. That information is coming from you reassessing where your alignments are and what could be let go of. Okay. And you might also do a little bit of healing. Okay. Again, take that as it resonates. But know that this is the time. Okay. This is definitely the time to get into the hermit energy. This is definitely your time to get into your hermit energy and know that whatever you decide is going to be the right decision for you. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I've been at it for longer than I thought, actually. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in on the chat. For anybody in the comments, thank you so much. I will do my best to answer your questions and address any comments or concerns with you as soon as I can, which will likely actually be very soon. Okay. So let's move on. Capricorn. We're going to start with you. Give me a second to reshuffle here. Okay. So Capricorn, let's see some cards for you and how they pertain to our main energy here. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Capricorn, we're going to start with looking at the moon cycles, which says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize on these cycles. Okay. There's moon cycles. Okay. And we have the Two of Cups. Wow, that's a lot of water. That's beautiful. I'm saying that it's such a beautiful reading to get because what I get right off the bat is that you have some inherent emotional awareness right now. Okay, the Two of Cups here is about blending and integrating information into your energetic space. It's about letting yourself, it's something about your duality as a person. You know, you're here, you're kind of in and out. Yeah, you're kind of in and out. You're kind of there is a choice to be made. Okay, and I'm kind of reading this as the Two of Swords, which might not totally be accurate. So take this as it resonates with you. But you're kind of coming in and out of a situation. Okay, and I say it like that because not only are you attached with this water energy with the Two of Cups, but you have an external force that is letting you feel these emotions acutely. Okay. All right. That's it. You have these emotions that you're feeling very acutely. Okay. And it even says, this card even says to pay attention. Pay attention to the cycle of your emotions. Okay. Because those hold information for you that you might need to move forward on. Okay. And that is, I would say that's pretty special. I do think you have some very sweet, very, very new, very untried energy coming into your space. And I do think for some of you might be pursuing a more than platonic relationship with somebody. Again, take that as it resonates. Okay. But more importantly, right now, you're working on blending and integrating new information. And you're going to need to pay attention to how you're feeling. Okay. Okay. All right. So, try this again. Let's see. I'm tight here. Okay. Aquarius. Let's see what we need to see for you, please. Okay. Aquarius. All right. We're going to look at compassion, which says, soften your heart with respects to the situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Okay. Oh, yeah. Here's our Two of Swords. Interesting synchronicity. Okay. You got to be kinder to yourself right now. Okay. I believe Aquarius is an air sign. This is where, again, confirm or deny it, and any of you astrology experts in the comments, please help me out with that one. I get confused with that all the time. How are these cards relevant to you? Well, you've gotten into a situation where you have been very much in your thoughts. okay? And you have not been very kind or easy on yourself, especially with regards to you making changes in your situation. This has not been a fun time for you, okay? It's not been a fun time for you because you're caught in a cycle of intrusive thoughts, and I hate when I do that to myself. But for you, because you're very much in your head, you're analytical, you're cerebral, you're very, very, you're observant. Hell yeah, you're smart. You're very smart. But the problem that this gives you is that sometimes it might feel for you that you're too smart for your own good, right? That's not a bad thing. Listen, I love it. I love an intelligent human. I love smarts and I love brain power, and I love it when we can have just good, deep talks about interesting subjects, right? That's you. That is you, and I love that for you, okay? But when you're stuck in this nasty thought loop, it's not fun, okay? It really isn't fun. And that's where I think you might be within this situation, okay? Like we're getting here, it's time to give yourself a break and be gentle and kind with yourself, because you're going to need to bring that forward, okay? And within the main reading, you're being affected by the change in a way that's not helpful, right? It just isn't helpful. And like I said for Taurus, and I think I said it for Virgo, we don't change well. We're not okay with change. In this case, I don't think you're doing well with this change either. Okay? You're not alone. Okay? You're definitely not alone. Not alone, because I feel you, I hear you, I see you. Again, we're gonna, being kind is gonna put you in a place where you can navigate things a little bit easier. Okay. Okay. Finally, excuse me. Oh, I've been talking a lot. Finally, we're gonna look at Pisces. This is another one of my signs. I'm a Pisces moon. Okay, so again, any Pisces placements, sun, moon, cross watching, rising, whatever Pisces placement you have, this reading is for you. Let's see what we need to see, and then I'm gonna call it quits from here because I have been going for quite a bit. Okay. I will stay on for a little bit if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns. But after that, I am going to have to call it quits. Okay. In any case, Pisces, here's your reading. Okay. Okay. Pisces, we have angel therapy, which says, give your cares and worries to the angels and allow us to take your burdens. Okay. So there is angel therapy. Okay. Ooh, and we have the 9 of Cups. Okay. Okay. Pisces. Yeah, you're holding on to a lot of heavy stuff right now, specifically with in terms of your emotions. You're going through some emotional turbulence right now. Interesting I say that because you do have this 9 of Cups, and it's kind of mitigated by this angel therapy card. Again, that's saying, hey, you know what? You've got a lot going on. You've got a lot on your heart. You've got a lot on your mind. Give some of that give some of that to your guides, to your angels. If you pray, if you meditate, let some of that go, okay? Because you don't have to hold on to it. You're not alone in making this change happen. Excuse me. But you're willing to let some of it go because you want to get yourself back to this sense of peace and well-being. Okay, you're not. I don't know that if you identify as a Pisces, you're more apt to feeling a lot all at once. Okay, and in this case, because you have this angel therapy card, what you're feeling all at once might not have been totally positive. And that's not fun. I'm sorry, and that's so uncool, right? When you come here, you're looking to get back to this place of deep breath and relief and love, and you're preparing for a really happy, positive overflow. Right now, if you can let some of your discomfort and your negative emotions go, you will get back to that 9 of Cups. Okay. We've had a long stream, guys. I hope very much that these were helpful and that these resonated with you. I had fun, and I'm loving the synchronicity that came out with this reading. But I am going to call it from here. That if you have tuned in online, thank you so much. If you are going to catch this in playback, I appreciate it. Again, check the description for all of the deck credits, my social media links. Get in touch with me if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Again, yeah, let's do this. Again, chat. I mean, it's linked in the description, but there is a link to my tip jar if you feel compelled to give anything. Please know that it's just an option. It's not an obligation, and you being even in playback is, yeah, that's lovely, and thank you for viewing. It certainly helps me out, and it lets me know that you like what you see in the video. I will be back with a standard video this coming week, so stay tuned. And I will see you guys in the next stream. I hope you'll join me then. In the meantime, guys, I love you lots. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody. Okay.